Uncle Rick, what up, though? All right. Women love the patriarchy. Nay, when you first heard that title, what was your initial thought?
Where the hell are we going with this?
Hold on.
Stop the cap.
All right. Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. I was like, where are we going with this? What can I say? I don't want to say the wrong thing. You'd be like, see, I don't like it, Miss Nay. Thank you.
Nah, what I'm saying, what was your first thought?
That we love the patriarchy, like we love father figures, we love the man, like that's what it's supposed to be. That male influence. What I'm scared. I don't know him. Where are you going with this?
I'm scared too. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Okay. Well, just hush for a second. Bro. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Women love the patriarchy. What you think, bro?
We love the leadership and the guidance and the structure.
Okay. So you for the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Dana, when you first read this title, what you think?
I thought that you were saying women love the patriarchy when it benefits us. And that's where the discussion was going to go, but don't want everything to come with it.
It's not a bad assessment. Love, what you think?
I'm going to go with what Dana said. We love it until we don't.
You believe that to be true?
Yes, I do. I believe that to be true. We want leadership, but we don't want too much leadership, or we don't want our voice to be stifled. But so, do we really want true leadership? So that's where you were coming from.
Okay. You might be on to something. So, Tay, you hear the patriarchy. How would you define it?
I would define it as, because it's not general for me, but basically a governing system led by males. That's it.
Okay. Because I remember Doc last week was saying women are being held down by the patriarchal society. What do you think about?
I don't really think so. Okay. No, I don't think so. I don't agree with that. But I will say, when I heard the title, I was like, oh shit. Because I knew it was going to be like more so how we don't like it. But I think that's what we need. And we're just not used to, or, we're not accustomed to that, a structure being in place, because a lot of us have dadless homes or don't have a lot of, positive male role models. Okay. But anyway, yeah, that's what I thought about.
Nay, would you prefer a matriarchy?
Honestly, I wouldn't prefer it, but I kind of grew up under that. But I wouldn't say I prefer that. No.
You grew up under a matriarchy?
Mm-hmm. I grew up with more women dominance in my family.
Okay, but you prefer the patriarchy?
I wish I had some of that. I probably would have had a little bit more structure. So I'm kind of,
Have you ever heard of the United States of America?
Of course, yeah.
Is it a patriarchy?
I would say so, yeah.
How do you define? All right, let me get somebody that got some political. Ro, how do you define the patriarchy?
As far as the government is concerned, the United States.
Yeah, give me that definition, and then you can give me a more how do you say, urban or anecdotal definition. HB.
Well, compared to other countries, developed countries, we are the only ones that have not had a female president, and most of our representatives are males. So that would be considered a patriarch government.
Okay. So give me. So how do you define the patriarchy, regardless of government?
Oh, like I said, leadership, structure, guidance. Those would be the main ones for me.
Okay. Love, do you have the same definition?
For the most part, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where does that rhetoric come from when I hear women saying that the patriarchy holds them back? or this patriarchal society limits women? Is just am I just hearing like YouTube talking points?
No, I think that you hear that outside of YouTube as well. I've heard it outside of YouTube.
What say you?
So it does overstep. And the most relevant and recent experience of that is, my body, my choice. And then the reproductive rights of women, holding back birth control, taxing sanitary napkins and tampons, that kind of thing. And that, because you don't fully understand a woman's body, and it kind of is leaning on the side of ownership. And you guys said a lot on this YouTube channels too. People that come up here, y'all don't know, you need to be led. And it's like, we kind of know our bodies though. So
In what way? Like you saying you should be able to abort babies if you so choose?
taking birth control pills. And so, they were banning birth control in certain states because it went back to the states.
I didn't hear them banning birth control. I thought they banned the Plan Bs.
Yeah, that's part of birth control. I mean, that's reproductive. That's the I don't mean birth control. That's a part of the reproductive rights for women, though, because the Plan B is not an abortion. It's really not.
What is it?
You get it. You do the Plan B, if I remember correctly, 72 hours, up to 72 hours after unprotected sex.
Is it like a preventative?
It's more, it prevents the pregnancy from happening. It does not abort the baby.
Wouldn't it destroy the insemination? So if there's a zygote created, before 72 hours, the Plan B can destroy it, right? And then you flush it?
No, that's from what I recall. No, that is not what happens. It only creates an unsafe or amenable environment for the fertilization to occur. If it does occur, it does not provoke abortion. It does not.
Wait, so you're saying nothing is so between 72 hours, nothing happened. So the sperm didn't get to the egg. That's the only way to Plan B successful.
If it did not fertilize the egg, it does not cause abortion. It just will not make
somebody vet that for me.
That's fine.
Doesn't sound.
Again, that's last time I read up on it. I could be wrong, but the last time I read up on it years ago, that is what it is. It does not provoke abortion. It promotes an environment that is not conducive for fertilization. But if it happens, it happens. It's just going to continue. It's going to continue to grow.
That's what I was going to say. Okay.
Sounds like an enabler then, right? For having unprotected sex.
I wouldn't say an enabler, but if an oopsie happens, like if the condom comes off, I mean,
what do you mean? It stays off? At what point? How many strokes is an oopsie?
If a condom comes off and you don't know it comes off, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Have you ever had condomless sex?
There was someone on the panel that said a condom came off, and I know that happens. It's not a unique phenomenon in the world.
I agree.
Okay, so if a condom comes off, I can. Not everybody can.
Dana can too. I don't give a damn what she said. Dana can too. That's why people prefer overwhelmingly condomless sex. No?
And again, like I said, if it happens and you didn't intend for it to happen, and first of all, condoms aren't even 100%. Condoms are not 100%. So what are you talking about? And
that's just one.
Right. That's one way. So you do. And
so let me ask you a question. Clarifying question. Are you saying that people take Plan Bs majority of the time because condoms slip off?
It could be for that reason, yes. Or it
let me ask you a question. Are you saying that people take Plan Bs the majority of the time because the condom slips off?
I don't know if it's I don't know that stat if it's majority of time for the condom slipping off.
What do you think?
I do know what I believe is that Plan B is there in case an oopsie happens. Whatever that oopsie is, a range of oopses. Whether you got a little bit too drunk and you forgot the condom, or you didn't want a condom, but you was like, oh my God, what was I thinking? Oh my God, what am I gonna do? That's real life.
That's not
Hey,
I
even-
don't know. I don't know about that one.
ladies, when they had no intention on using a fucking condom.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Regret
I
can
know
happen.
but in
Regret
my
can
case-
happen. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Regret
Nah,
happens.
it's not a oopsie. I don't think so. That's why I was like, it's not a
Regret
oopsie.
happens.
Yep, you know that
Let
you was,
me just make sure. That's what
yeah,
that is.
you just wanted to go do your thing, and you know it felt better without the condom, and you was like, damn, I might could be
And
pregnant.
you regret
And
it.
you went and got the plan B. But it
And
was
you
that's not an
regret it.
oopsie though. But that wouldn't be an oopsie.
It is, because to
That's
me,
an
it can be
intentional-
an oopsie because
And
I
because
said,
did it.
what was I thinking? I shouldn't have done that.
You was thinking you was trying to feel good.
So much. I shouldn't have been
But look,
drinking
no,
so
look.
much.
Right.
My inhibitions went down,
It happens.
and I
It
shouldn't
happens.
have
Hold on,
done it,
Ava.
and
Hold
therefore I
on, because
didn't do it.
you're not. Hold on. Let's go ahead, Tay, address her, then
No.
they can address her.
I was gonna say that what she says does happen. Yes, it has happened. I'm sure, but most of the time, people take Plan Bs because on purpose they did not use a condom. I'm gonna leave that there.
And that's one too.
Oh.
That's one. That is. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying, but let's not negate that there are other reasons.
No, I'm
as
not.
well.
I'm not. I was just saying more so the other end because on purpose. But
Yeah, and it's not even close. And go ahead, Nate. What is your thought?
I was gonna say the same thing. That's why I was shaking my head. I'm like, yeah, that's not an oopsie moment. That's you intentionally saying, let me go get it in because it feels much better without the condom. Let's be real. And you're gonna go get it in, but you're like, damn, I don't want to be pregnant. So you're like, let me go get that Plan B real quick from CVS or Walgreens. Ain't nobody talking about, oops, yeah, the condom broke. No, the condom slipped off. Nah, you knew what you were doing. It was intentional. You intentionally was doing your thing, and you just said, let me go get that Plan B. That's what I think.
And that's fine. But
disagree.
again, that's one of the scenarios. Go ahead, Dana.
I disagree because I feel like what is Plan B like $60, $65 or something like that? I don't know how much it is, but I know that shit is a whole lot more expensive than a fucking condo. So
It is.
I don't think that that's people's first course of action. I do think it is exactly what it is, as it's named. It's a Plan B. It's a backup. It's an emergency. I didn't intend for this to happen this way.
Right.
Does that mean that people don't use it that way or it's not abused? Sure, but it's not overwhelmingly the majority of people use it because as a form of contraceptive because they plan it that way.
How much does it cost to raise a kid in the USA on average?
6 figures.
$300,000. Are you telling me that $50 ain't money well spent if that's not what you want to do? Are you telling me that people ain't making conscious decisions to have condomless sex because there's Plan Bs out there? Are you saying that people are more likely to not use condoms if there wasn't Plan Bs?
What I'm saying is,
I asked you, you want me to ask them again? I can ask them one by one and you can reply.
you can.
So are you saying that, well, I don't want to ask him again. Go ahead.
I mean, I did answer some of them already in my initial statement. Do I believe that people use them, use Plan B instead of using condoms sometimes? Absolutely. That happens.
What does
I just don't
sometimes
think
mean? What do you think? So if you had to speculate and stand on something, are you saying that people are using Plan Bs appropriately, or you think that the majority are abusing them because they know what they can do?
I think the majority are not abusing them.
Can I say something onto that?
Yeah.
If
Go
that's
ahead.
the case, then why wouldn't you be on birth control like an IUD? Or
I don't personally believe
not you.
in
I'm
birth
just saying.
control.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That I think that's another
you know-
alternative.
I think they really don't offer that to younger girls, and honestly, that's really
Is
I
you?
think-
Yeah, they offer that after you've had a baby
Yeah,
already. An IUD.
don't offer it to a lot of mothers and older chicks like me. But yeah, I don't know. I just
A
make
lot of people don't use oral or hormonal, I should say, birth control. I don't personally subscribe to it because I feel like it causes more issues than it prevents with our bodies. You know, there's all kind of studies about heart-related issues for us. I feel like as Black women, it creates a lot of, and I don't have any scientific, basis for this. This is just my feeling or my assumption, but I feel like as Black women in particular, it doesn't help to alleviate or probably can complicate the issue that we have with our fibroids and our reproductive system. Like it's just not a great idea. So I think that a lot of people view it the same way. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, Dana, to just give more on that. My OB is Black, and we talk about it all the time. you know, our age group, like she's like, girl, you're getting old, you know, like we have those conversations. So that's facts. I don't have no stats, but that's facts, Dana, for real. We do have a lot of issues, and a lot of times those cause complications. So.
Yeah, if something's meant to keep you from having a baby, when is it going to stop keeping you from having a baby?
Natural flow, exactly.
Right.
The rhythm. So.
Wow. I'm seeing an intense need. Go ahead, bro.
I was going to give the definition of what Plan B is. It is a medicine called levonorgestrel. It helps prevent pregnancy. It helps prevent fertilization. Like if we put seeds in the ground to kill the weeds so that they don't come up, that's what that is. It may prevent or delay ovulation.
Is that the same as the depot shot? Is it the same as
Yeah, the depot shot is different. That's like that's a
one thing, isn't it? Yeah, that's like birth control. Like
it's very difficult for me to believe that you guys genuinely think that people are out here being responsible during sex.
I didn't say that. I just gave
I didn't say you said that. You just read the definition.
Yeah.
But I cannot believe that take is here with the amount of kids out of wedlock, the amount of kids destroyed in abortion clinics. I can't believe we're now saying people are taking this as a preventative measure because the initial preventative measure didn't work. I feel that now that is dangerous. To speculate that nothing backs up what it is that we're saying. So from the women I had sex with, if I didn't use a condom, we probably had that discussion. Like, yo, you gonna take a pill? Yeah, all right, bet. I'm kind of alarmed. I can't hold you. Go ahead, Ro.
I agree with Nay and Tay. Because I'm around teenagers, I think that we're kind of giving them a pass because they do use it and they find the money, they work, they use it, they run to go get it. And it has a lot to do with just not being educated. And again, being in situations where they don't have no guidance. They don't have anybody talking to them about condoms, right? They don't have anybody talking to them about maybe why you shouldn't have sex. And that's the unfortunate thing is that they are using it, but they don't even know really what they're using it for. They're just using it because somebody told them to go to the store and go get it. So they don't even know what's going on with their bodies to even explain what you're taking and what you're putting in your body. So that is the issue. That is an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a question for you when you're done.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. The road's done.
So when you were having this conversation with these women that you were going raw in, what was that conversation?
You trying to take a plan B?
And so y'all went in there knowing there was going to be raw, and the next step after the raw was going to be plan B.
Yeah.
I'm asking. Okay. And obviously this happened multiple times. Say it one more time.
It's that simple.
Okay. And obviously this happened multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So why now are you scared when you were perpetuating that? You said I'm disturbed. So what are you disturbed?
I'm disturbed by the thought that you guys are sitting up here saying people were taking Plan Bs responsibly over the majority, which is dangerous to say out loud. You know good and well people abuse them things, and they think what we thought initially that they will abort the baby if you are if the insemination happens. And then Josh is saying in the chat that that's wrong. They do something a little different. So all I'm saying is you got kids trying to understand this. Ro just told us they don't understand. So you can't tell me they sitting up here taking them for the right reasons.
Well, when I was talking, it's definitely not about kids. I'm not even honestly
young people.
Again, young teenagers, late teenagers. I'm not even talking about them kids. I'm talking about 20s and above.
How is it fair for you to omit them?
They're the ones
because I wasn't even considering them because I thought you had to have a prescription, and that's how long it's been, child prescription or a parent or something. It was never available just over the counter like an aspirin.
So okay, so stop then, because now it's just words. So now
No,
you
it's
know,
not.
now you know. You just need to call the lady at CVS to unlock it with the little red thing they use, and then you get it for $55 or $60, depending on which brand.
Well, that's something different. I mean, they can do the same thing with the condom, I guess. I think that education needs to come back into the school system when it comes around sex then.
So now that you know, you have to consider the youngers.
The youngers, I was considering them when I was making my statement. I was not. So if these young kids, I'm saying high school kids, I say young kids, if they're using it as their only form of birth control, then yes, that's disturbing because it's not birth control, because it only promotes the environment of, you know, maybe not fertilizing the egg. It's not a guarantee. So yes, that is dangerous because they don't know what they're doing to their bodies or what
creating a hostile environment. That's like, so it can't grow. So that's killing it before it even.
It's not a guarantee though, but it's not a guarantee that it's going to work.
Saying that nobody.
All I'm saying, no, but I'm saying that they don't understand that though. That's all I'm saying. They don't understand, so they need education.
But it's not just them. It's you. It's Nay. It's me. It's Ro. It's Nay. It's Tay. It's Dana. Everybody doesn't understand. So people are our age taking these things, hoping for the same effects. People consciously make a decision not to use contraceptives, and for us to sit here and say that they're taking Plan B for the right reason, once again, is a very disingenuous argument because y'all live in this world too.
To me, I'm staying what I'm not changing what I said. I believe mature women that know their bodies are not taking it like it's a Plan A, like it's real birth control. I don't believe that.
You,
majority of women, majority,
right now to you, I'm telling you from experience. Yes, they do. I'm telling you from experience. Yes, they do.
Even for breakfast, Plan Bs are breakfast these days for sure. For real. Like I work with a lot of young girls and I work with a lot of women, and we talk about those things. And birth control is one of those things you got to educate yourself on. But how you know if you having safe sex if nobody taught you? You know what I mean?
So what's the alternative then? What's the alternative then? Since it's such a dangerous slippery slope, what's the alternative? If you don't take that like it's, you know, like breakfast, then they'll get more abortions left and right.
No, there's abstinence, there's condoms.
Abstinence. Hold on.
No, I'm just saying. Is
that real? Is that realistic?
It is. Not necessarily, but there are people that do it. So there's abstinence. There's using a condom. There's if you have already had children and you are able to have an IUD. There's the depot shot. There's other forms of birth control. There's so many different things like that's out there. There's just so many different things out there.
I think the main thing is
that wasn't the point.
I think conversation. I think education and communication with these kids and just being real with them. Like, yes, and I don't know who I was having this conversation with. Yes, you need to have a conversation with both your male and female children and keep it 100 with them. And like, it is what it is. We can't stop their hormones. We don't have anything to stop their hormones.
But Ro, let me ask you a question. Just why are we focusing on the kids like adults are so responsible?
What I'm saying is it starts there, right? Him, because when they're 17, 18 years old, they're going into college, they fucking around. That becomes fucking around as adults. Okay. It don't change. It doesn't change until you get married, basically. Like you said, you and Adrian was talking about how y'all was just racking up numbers. It doesn't change from the time that you're starting, depending on what you do. Depending on who you're doing it with, how often you're doing it, what your objective is, you're going to continue down the same line. These are adults that are doing this, are kids that was doing it. There were 17, 18, 19-year-olds that were doing it.
All right,
that's his newest one. He's trying to tell you to land the plane. Make your point.
It's
so wrong.
And so you're saying the patriarchy tries to police these things.
I think the patriarchy tries to influence based off of their own perspective and not the perspective of what is actually realistically happening with women. So for example,
abortion, how many abortions happen in the Black community per year?
I have to look it up. I'm not sure, but I'm sure there's a lot.
Are more kids dying in the Planned Parenthood or in the streets?
I think they're dying more in the street, right?
Not even close.
Well, if they're dying, I don't think so. I think
No, it's Planned Parenthood.
You think they're dying more in Planned Parenthood?
No, they are.
It's 100. It's not even
I
close.
know that there's
Okay, so if they're dying more
it's
in
not
Planned
close at all.
Parenthood, again, that goes with educating the kids, right? Are they all, because they're all running to Planned Parenthood to get an abortion?
Yeah, so there's bad parents.
Right.
So the government says, let's take it off the federal level and put it state to state so that the abortion laws can reflect what those states want. Because that's all it is. It's just not federal anymore.
So if the states, well, here's the thing. The states are having these legislators who are not listening to the people, because the people all want to say, I want to do what I want to do with my body. And that's where the patriarchy thought process comes from, right? So
where though? Where you spent like where? What Bible Belt state is saying that?
I believe it's somewhere in the Midwest. That was Ohio. Actually, they're voting today. They're
Bible
voting
Belt?
today. I'm sorry?
The Bible Belt.
I mean, the Bible Belt doesn't count.
Isn't it Oklahoma? Is the Bible Belt?
No.
No.
The Bible Belt, I can't believe anything they say, because ultimately they want to put children on the death penalty too. So that don't make no sense.
Bro, you said we ain't talking about that though. You
what I'm
saying
saying
that
is what I'm
they ain't
saying
listening
is,
to the people, but I haven't heard not one person in Texas yet say that they were pro-abortion.
well, I'm gonna say in Georgia they are. Is that different? Because the majority,
if you're saying now you saying like Atlanta?
Well, no, the state of Georgia, the majority of the people believe in women having rights to their own body to do what they want to do with their body. That's the majority of the state.
What's the law? Is there a law in Georgia yet?
There is, but it's not extreme. For example, like Florida,
what's the law? Is it outlawed?
No, it's not outlawed.
What is it? Is it past a certain amount of months or something?
It's like 6 weeks.
Oh, then you can't.
Yeah, but 6 weeks, you don't even know some women don't even know if they're pregnant.
Sounds extreme then.
It is.
But you said it what? You're not serious.
I'm saying the law is extreme because in 6 weeks, a woman may not even know she's pregnant.
No, you said it's not extreme in Georgia. And then we tried to get clarification. Then you saying
I said that the majority of the people want to make it so that women have rights to their bodies. But the legislative is doing something different than what the people want.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Let me read these super chats real quick. Mike Brown with the $2. Celibate ladies probably can't have this conversation. Double R Films with the $2. Plan B is like Narcan for addicts.
What's the Narcan? What's Narcan real quick? What's the Narcan?
Sis will tell me. I think they said it. Savage probably know. Savage with the $5. So abortions, the majority is birth control, but not Plan B. Savage with the $5. STD rates are up, but condoms are failing. So we need more Plan Bs. Yeah, the argument is crazy. Savage with the $2. Shout out to Nay. I agree. Mike Brown with the $2. Ro, did you vote today?
No, because it's not a presidential election year, and the state of Maryland don't have anything to vote on.
Savage with the $5. Ohio is voting to make abortion a right. We are a swing state that leans right. Most here don't want abortion. Okay.
Love, you were asking about the Narcan. It's like a nasal thing you put in your nose for when someone's about to overdose off of a drug. So they had to make us take that training before.
Got you. Cool.
Lauren was popping. Ladies looking lovely tonight. Oh, and DJ Hamp. All right. No, I'll take it.
Hey,
Lauren, hold this, Lauren.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Shout out to Lauren. So is that where the patriarchy fails? Because it sounds like it's needed.
I think the patriarchy can be extreme in cases where the men make decisions based off of what they want and not consider what we need as women. That's the issue.
So women need abortions, you think?
I didn't say that. I said extreme, just like I said in Georgia.
I'm asking you a question.
You said what?
You said women need abortions?
I didn't say that. I said they should have the right to do what they need to do for their bodies.
I'm asking you a question.
You said what?
Do women need abortions? Helen Keller can hear what I'm saying.
In some cases, rape, incest, yes. I think that needs to be able to be on the table for an option. I do.
Okay. What okay. Okay, so you guys don't like the patriarchy for things like that. You guys think you guys should have exclusive rights to speak about what happens with women's bodies, and men should be omitted from that conversation?
Exactly that.
Yeah, I think that a woman has a right control of her own body, and that's her decision to make. I do believe that.
Okay, so you guys also then would men can financially abort if they don't want that child too, and they should have no obligation.
They have a right.
No, Matt, that's not actually a thing. So should it be a thing?
Rashonda said they did. I mean, I'm sorry. I thought Rose said they did. They in some states, she said.
You remember that argument that Rose?
And they still do. In some states, they can.
Yeah, they don't, right? Overwhelmingly,
they can go through the process of doing it if they would like.
Yeah, so it's not a thing, right? People wouldn't be locked up in these jails if they can just say, "I don't want the child," right? So, and just like Nate said, you can put a man's name on the paperwork and he's the dad.
That's in the state of New York. That's not in every state.
But you're talking about New York. Like it's more people than in New York than North Dakota, South Dakota, and all that. Like
they have that right.
Bro, you're talking about New York City. Like, yeah, if she said North Dakota, we'd be like, okay, there's 500,000 people there. Like you're talking about New York, let alone the city, the whole. I mean, that's a game changer. When you win New York, you win elections. When you win California, when you win a Texas, when you win a Florida, not a North Dakota. She ain't saying no small state. Like you gotta be realistic, man. And then that point was like slightly disproven when Gunny was up here. So y'all had a back and forth.
It wasn't proven because, as I stated, the law of Maryland allows you to do it. It wasn't about whether or not it will be successful. It means the law allows you to do it. That's exactly what I said.
Okay. That's crazy. Okay, so just so I'm clear, you guys are also, if that was a thing where you could just say, this ain't my kid, I'm not taking care of it, yada yada yada, is that also something that you guys would champion?
Yep. If he don't want it.
Wait, you talking about a man like walking away from responsibility of a kid that he don't want?
With no obligation.
Yeah, that he didn't want, and she wouldn't get the abortion. He said, "I don't want a kid." I'm speaking for you, Ham. I'm asking too. So y'all have unprotected sex. She said, "I'm keeping it." He said, "I don't want any kids. Mm-hmm. Get rid of it." She's like, "No, I can't. I'm not." He has the right to walk away and be like, "I don't want any responsibility for this kid because my choice." And then that to be fair,
can't people turn away their parental rights or no? Ain't that a thing now?
And that's the point. That's what we're talking
about. I don't know. I'm just asking.
That's what Ro was talking about. That people say no.
Let me tell you something. Stop. Y'all gotta stop. Chill out. We're just pouring out poor information. Because if you're using the word some, right? It's not the majority, and I don't even know if that was proven and where it exists at. Because I live in Maryland too. And I got friends who are going through hell and high water. So you can't sit up here and tell me that they could just say, I'm not doing nothing with this kid no more and going scot-free, because that's not the case. I know 3 cats in jail in Maryland right now. So it doesn't make sense that they would say, I'm going to keep this kid, but I'm going to keep going to prison because I can't pay for it. That doesn't make sense.
To answer your question though, Hamp, I was given the scenario and I said, yes, that's okay. To be fair, yes.
Well, the only time I've heard of that happening is like in an extreme case where like there's drug abuse or like a domestic, you know what I mean?
I'm asking hypothetically, right? Because it's not a thing guaranteed, right?
Right.
But women right now, as it stands for the most part, can choose whether or not they're gonna have that baby, and you guys don't want men involved in that decision making at all. So I'm saying, so the other flip side is, he can also choose without women's input at all to say, I'm financially aborting. I'm not taking care of this child, point blank, period.
I don't agree with the guy not having say. Now, I know it's like ultimately or maybe more up to the woman because it's her body. Okay. But I do believe like, especially if he wants to keep it, like if he wants to be a father, that's insane. Well, I don't know the situation, but you know how it goes. But he wants to be there, so that's insane to me. But yeah, I think men should have some say. Maybe not all of it, but yeah, we need that structure.
Okay, so you think they should have say in whether or not the child is born?
Yeah,
I actually agree with you, Tay.
I mean that's crazy.
To be fair, yes, they should have. They have to deal with the kid too. So to be fair, absolutely.
Okay, so Love, are you changing your answer from your initial response?
I said to be fair, he should have the right to sit there and say, I don't want to have financial responsibility.
No. Nay and Tay are talking about he should have say so with the kid being born.
He ultimately he really can't, because she's gonna sit there and say, nigga, this is my body, I'm gonna do what I want to do. So
Not
ultimately,
if there was
he
laws
can't.
and stuff in place, but hypothetically, do you believe that men should have say so on whether or not a child is born?
Of course. I never said he couldn't. I'm talking about realistically. And I gave my answer is realistically. He can sit there and say, I don't want it. And she says, screw you, I'm going to have it. But to be fair, he should have a right to say something, but it doesn't always land, is all my point was.
So Dana, what was your point? Because after you said your point, Love agreed with your initial point. So what was your initial point, Dana, when I asked the question?
I have no idea, Hamp.
When I said, do you think women should have absolute say and men should not be involved in it?
I didn't speak on that. I didn't make a point.
You're not serious, right?
Are you serious?
Hold on.
I thought you said absolutely.
Yeah, Dana did say absolutely. She said absolutely when I asked that question.
Yeah, basically men shouldn't have
I
say.
feel like the conversation has shifted, and maybe I'm just not keeping up. And can you ask it again? I'm not being funny.
That's fair.
I think it did shift, because I thought that we were talking about
Please
the
stop
patriarchy.
for a second. Please stop. If she already said it's convoluted, no need to convolute it some more. So Dana, I asked that if women, in terms of having a child, my body, my choice, meaning men are omitted from the decision-making process.
Mm-hmm.
You say
yeah, I still agree with that. I think that they should be omitted from the decision-making process. However, I do also believe that if they are omitted, they should be able to financially abort. But I don't think that they should have the initial say so as to whether or not the child is born. But if they don't have a choice, then they should be able to walk away.
Yeah. So you added previous context, but the initial thing she said, Love, is what she said, right? And so that's the thing that you initially confirmed. So that's why I'm asking you, are you changing your answer? Because Nay and Tay don't agree with what Dana said.
Like, I'm trying to really give a full answer, but you're saying I'm convoluting it, and I'm really not. In real life, he really doesn't, because she can sit there and say, okay, I'm gonna get the abortion, and doesn't do it. So if she does, and he says, I don't want it, he should be allowed to remove financial responsibility. Like, I'm honestly, it's very clear to me what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know why. Let me be very, I don't know.
Yeah, you're not being clear because it's not what you agreed to initially. And if you want to stop for a second and go ahead and bring up the YouTube and watch it back, so then you can clarify your points for real, then maybe you should do that.
We were talking about the patriarchy and government having a say over a woman's body, correct?
Yes.
I don't think the government. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is that's not what the question I asked.
And I thought that it was. I thought we were going back to patriarchy. So let me withdraw my answer. Honest to God. I thought we were talking about going back. We went back to the original point a bit about patriarchy and the government having a say so over a woman's body. I don't agree with that. I said outside my mouth, a woman's body, her choice. I don't agree with the government having a say so. The patriarchal government having a say so. I don't agree with that. When it comes to one-on-one, I thought I said it out loud. If a man and woman having sex and she says, I want it, and he doesn't, he should be allowed to say, the man having sex with her, I don't want to take responsibility for this child. I didn't want this kid. And she's like, whatever, I'm gonna have it. To be fair, he should be able to take away financial responsibility. Now, I could have sworn I said those words. If I did not, I apologize. I could have sworn I said that.
It's not all mutually exclusive. I really want you to go ahead and take a pause, go watch what you said, because it is kind of crazy, like that ass. I don't want to bring it up here because it'll slow everything down, but So Dana, do you think that a man should be able to just also equally not be involved, abort his financial responsibilities, et cetera, et cetera?
If he says that he doesn't want to have the child and she chooses to have it anyway, yes.
Okay.
And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that Love and I are saying the same thing.
Y'all having an issue tonight with comprehension.
I don't think so. I think that the conversation it's irrelevant. Go ahead.
No, seriously, because it was some double talking happening. And what you got to understand is you saying that last statement, she think that she shouldn't go back and watch the videos to see what she said.
I just think that the conversation got switched. It got convoluted a little bit when you went from should a man have the ability to walk away financially versus should he have a say so over whether the child is born. It was two conversations that became one, and I think it confused some things.
Okay, because I asked that question after everybody gave their sentiments about that.
You did.
So I don't know how it got tied in and confused.
But it did. I don't know.
John the Baptist with the $5. I can't believe Nay made more logical sense than Love. Wild Wisdom with the $10. Do you personally not know anyone who has had an abortion? How about told you took a plan B? It's all lies, y'all. Black women are not having I guess she's saying like abortions like that, maybe. Gunny, what's popping with the $10? Roe is grossly incompetent. She's completely ignorant of the law. Wild Wisdom with the $10. How about a contract saying ahead, Monique get pregnant by Raheem. He is not financially obligated to myself nor child. Signed by those two, I guess.
And
And
that's what
that.
the state of Maryland law says. I just put it up in a private chat. If anybody would like me to post it in the regular chat, I can do that as well. The state of Maryland does say that a man can relinquish his rights. He will start off by filing a court order, and as long as both parents consent to it, he can be relinquished from his rights. Thank you.
Exactly. And then who said what women are, what women are out here saying no? I'm gonna relinquish the
I'm not saying that, y'all. People argue with me saying that it's not true. I'm telling you that
it's not true because. Well, go ahead. My bad.
I'm telling you that the law provides them the room to do it. That's what I said. I didn't say whether it was happening or not.
As long as she consents, right?
Yeah, as long as she consents.
John the Baptist with the $5. Men should have 75% say if a child is born or not, and the woman should have 25%. Due to the fact laws hold the man accountable and not the woman. Unpopular truth with the $2. I'm with Dana on that one. I'm not sure which one. Savage with the $5. We need to stop the draft so women can't vote for war then. Marcus Evans with the $2. Why is the art of listening? This is why the art of listening is key. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. All right, let me ask this question. So,